2, 1.
What's up, guys? Firing Embers here. We just got done tracking our second single, Embers In.
Fine.
Josh Bryce Productions.
Josh Bryce Productions here in Boaz, Alabama.
Boaz, Alabama. And
6 years. We've done this last time in Nashville.
it's been too long, man. So long. This day has flown by. We had so much fun making this song and just watching it grow over the day from this morning to tonight. My mind is melted.
You never know. That's one thing about songs. You never know from what you've been playing at home, what you've been playing together, what it can actually be when you get full production on it. But these guys were excellent. Jackson as well as Josh was just awesome in getting this produced today. So we are so anxious for you to hear it.
Yeah, no kidding. It's funny. Like, I think back to when we first wrote this song in 2016. We actually wrote this Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, okay.
Day after. You don't remember this. This is the day after my birthday. Is why I remember it.
Oh yeah.
And we had just finished doing, I think, like our first radio interview in Oxford.
92.1 in Oxford.
Oh yeah, Rebel Radio.
That was fun.
And that was a lot of fun. And then we got home and we were like hyped up, like we just did a radio interview and now we're listening to it, listening to it on the recording, and at the same time it was like playing guitar, and I guess it was really inspired, so it was coming up with a bunch of stuff, feeling really creative, and this was one of the songs that came out of that.
That's right. And it's stuck with me ever since we did that song way back then. I still catch myself singing it through the years, even though we had you had many projects to do, and I was in different projects, and but I'd always have that in the back of my head, I think, and just coming off of Spoken, and I wanted to mention this too. Spoken is so different in a way from what this has turned out to be, but it still feels like us. They were asking us, "What are you guys?" And
No, we're not a couple.
we're not really pop, we're not really rock, but we are. But we're not folk or Americana, and we're not country. I would say we get labeled country some, and that's probably the least thing we are, is what I would say. You know, just from our backgrounds and what we do now.
That's right.
But there's no really. What I love about what we do is that you can't put it in a box. We can't really get limited from doing this or that. For instance, Chase and I played a show last year in Ohio, and we opened up for a John Denver tribute guy who had some original music too, and he was really acoustic based, and it blended really well with him, and that's something I could have planned in a million years.
Yeah.
So here we are a year later, and after this COVID bull crap, and it's just so good to be able to get back into a studio and feel what it's like to create music again, versus just the covers or the tributes. And which I love. I love doing it all. But this, I was telling Jackson earlier, it was like scratching an itch, that you sometimes you just can't do any other way than just get in a studio and go at it.
Yeah, it's the most fulfilling thing that I've done musically, hands down.
I feel the same way.
There's no way to put a price on being able to come up with an idea and then bring it out of your head into reality, and then to actually record it and bring it to this level.
It's like a musical child.
Yes. And
which you're going to be a dad in October. Well, again, you're technically one now, but you're going to be a dad again in October. So I'm so proud. And I'm a stepdad to 2 girls, and I see how my life has changed over the last, even since we got together, and Chase and I got together in a cover band. We weren't even doing this. This just kind of came from that year after the band had broken up.
Yeah.
And over those years, you tend to think different than you did when you were 20, and I think the kids have something to do with that. You tend to, there's a maturity level that comes, I think, from not chasing or not thinking about relationships in that same context. When you're married and you're a parent, you start to, for me personally, I think I start writing songs or thinking of songs in a different way than I used to, because yes, it's still about love, but it's about a deeper love. It's almost like a deeper feeling when we get into the studio and we do things like spoken. I had no clue what was going to come out of spoken, you know, or how it was going to be developed the way it was. And it was a song that I had you had the music for years, and I had lyrics to this, to a poem that I'd written years ago about a heartbreak. And it was amazing how those two things came together. And now Embers In has got just a whole different vision, and I don't really know what to tell people to expect from the song. It's just, you're just going to have to listen to it, and maybe it takes you to a special place like it does us.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing, you know. We're not trying to, I guess by our songs and our content of lyrics and that type of stuff, that's what I like about our songs, is they are relatable, and they might be situations that you know, people can relate to, but it's not necessarily something where we're trying to tell the whole story and make you be just the audience. We're writing songs that are true to us and very close to our hearts. Right. And songs that, you know, we hope people can identify with and find some joy from, and some you know, some compassion, and just feel, you know, feel what we're feeling, and feel like part of a bigger thing, you know.
That's right. We never knew what this would be, or if we would just be able to do this in your living room or your dad's upstairs.
Oh yeah.
And we've got to play in 5 states. We've been on television. We've been on radios. We've been in studios with Grammy-winning producers. We've been, and now we've got this experience that I have to say might even be better than before. So we're high right now off of this song because we just finished it literally 10 minutes ago.
Oh yeah.
We finished the song. So I'm just, I guess it's the afterglow of music. But I can't wait for it to come out.
Yep.
Whenever that might be.
Yep. So we're still in the works on that, trying to figure everything out, and planning on having a video to go along with it. We don't have a release date currently because, like you said, we're still in the early stages of all this, but there's definitely more to come. Firing Embers has a new chapter ahead of it, and we appreciate you guys sticking along with us for the ride and waiting to see what comes next. So
that's right. And it's so, wow, we were so blessed to have a video done for spoken, 4 years after the song was done by a guy in Israel. Eli Lev produces videos, and you found him on this site, and we just connected with him immediately, and he just took our song, and whoa, he just, in 8 days, I think he had our video back to us done. And we were like, this is not just a lyric video. We went for a lyric video. I'm like, this is like the full official video of the song.
Right.
So maybe he can do our video again for this song. So
yeah, and that's been really the, I guess, one of the incredible things about this project is, you know, we write these songs and we get a certain, there's just so many layers of this thing, but we get a certain joy and accomplishment out of, you know, writing the song and coming together, and the singing sounds good with a guitar part, and we put these percussion elements in there and all this stuff, and oh yeah, the song sounds good. This is cool. Let's go record it. That's one thing. But it's a whole nother thing once we get to, you know, the point where we're actually producing the content, and the people that we work with, you know, it's just every one of them have far exceeded my expectations, yours too, of anything that we thought the song could have been. You know, you have that vision in your head of, hey, this is what I want to do, and this is how it's going to be. Right. And then you get it there, and then it's always like 100 times better than what I thought it would have been.
I mean, God put a lot of talented people in the world that, you know, I always thought of it as, okay, I'm going to do my part, and then I'm going to hand the baton and let them run the rest of the race. And that has worked. That has worked for just about every situation I can think of, because it's a different art producing something. It's a different art mixing and mastering and doing all the things that these guys here do. after we've already written the song, we've already practiced and got our parts down.
Yeah.
It's just one little small piece of it, and I don't know if people really understand what
Yeah.
goes
Oh,
into
yeah.
that. You don't just, it's not just produced in a day. You know, it's so much, and I'm blown away like you that so many people have come into our lives that I would have never been able to plan. You know, so I'm just thankful for you guys for helping us get to this point.
Yeah.
What will happen now, I do not know.
Yeah. Well,
But we'll do some more.
that's right.
You had talked about coming back in here. If this experience, you know, went like we think it's going to go, maybe cutting 2 more tracks before the end of the year. So
Yeah.
that's a possibility. I'd love to see that because, you know, for so long we had spoken and people would like, oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. What else you got? We were like, we don't have anything else professionally done yet.
Yeah,
So
that's it.
it's bad because we had, what, 8 songs written?
Yeah,
Something like
yeah.
that. And we've
Quite a
just
bunch.
been playing them at our shows. We haven't been able to give them to anybody. You had your solo release on your
Yeah,
guitar
yeah.
back in 15,
16.
16? And Midnight Calling, we did a collaboration. It's kind of the glue, I guess, that began this project. But he had that. I had a solo indie label deal, I don't know, a couple of years before that. And I was still wondering what the heck I was going to do, you know, with that. So
Yeah.
this just kind of was like the glue that both of us can experience original music and do things that I don't think we could do separately. Or at least I don't have the inspiration to do it separately.
Yeah,
I've got a
yeah.
studio at home. You have a studio at home. And it's fun. I'm doing a new solo album for the first time in 10 years. But when we get together, it's totally different. It's a totally different experience. And we're basically doing the same thing. We're writing originals with music that we write. But when you get together with somebody else and you collab with them, it brings out a new experience, and I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud to say that I'm in Boaz, Alabama today, rather than my back room back there at Red 25. And
Yeah.
it's cool. I'm looking forward to the future.
Yeah, I think that's the thing is, you know, it's infectious being able to feed off of each other's energy, and when you
Yeah.
do something or write something and then you're like really pumped about what you did and you share it with somebody else and then they like it and then they come back with their idea, then it's like you know, just an open dialogue back and forth, exchange of ideas, and then the song grows into this thing. And
That's our
you know,
process.
yeah.
He would write guitar parts, and he would have this and he would have that, and he would send me usually maybe 3 parts of this thing. And said, okay, what do you think? And I wouldn't have an immediate response. I would always like let that simmer in my brain, I guess, for a couple of days, and there would usually be at least one of those that would stick in my head, and I would start singing things over. I didn't know what it would be, but it was almost like a snowball going down a hill for me, because once it got started, it was easier to build that next part, and then I'll get back with you, and then we would collaborate. We live in different states, so if you know,
Yeah, we
it's
can't
easier.
just run over to each
Right.
other's
Yeah,
house.
that personal getting together, it means a lot more than just doing it on our own.
Yeah.
It keeps you more inspired, but it was a good way. You know, technology today has helped, so we both at least had a way to like put ideas down and build on, and it's great to see what they're becoming.
Yeah.
Song number 2.
We'll see what happens. So.
Thank y'all. For
All right,
following.
thanks. We're gonna go get lunch now. It's like 5:30 and we're starving.
Been here all day. He's been here since 9:30. I've been here since right at 10.
Yeah.
So it's time to take
So-
a break and enjoy this afterglow of music.
Oh yeah. All right. We'll see y'all soon.
Take
Thanks.
care.
Oh, it wasn't recording.
You're lying.
So